Me and Nathan's been out today doing a bit of
blanking.
Blanking, yeah. We've got some perch, we just got no pike. So we're doing a bit of a question and answers. We've got some Facebook questions that have been sent in, so I'll go for the first one. So just in order, we've got the first one from Neil Loriman. I don't know, he's a bit of a noddy, but
I heard he had a good fish.
He says, who is the real Riverpiker? Because I don't know if you know, some of my YouTubers might not know Nathan, but Nathan does Facebook, which is Adventures of a River. I can't even say it, you say it.
Adventures of a Riverpiker.
I can't talk, you know that, I can't talk.
The real answer to that question
is
Nick Pete.
Right. Yep.
And we are minnows when it comes.
Yeah, we are.
And if you don't know who Nick Pete is, Google him. He's a real Riverpiker.
I've heard of him. He's got 1 or 2 things in his time. Yeah.
I think that answers that question.
Yeah. For me, it's just anybody who enjoys rivers, river biking, enjoy your proper river biking, not this going out and bagging up and catching fish, but getting out, enjoying it, and getting out in countryside and enjoying river. Catching a few fish in it.
Yeah,
you fish some nice rivers, I fish some nice rivers, and that's what it is. Yeah. Who we got next? Drew Dearden. If you had to stick with one lure for life, what would it be and why?
Oh, it's tricky, isn't it?
See, everybody knows mine straight away. I've got to come up with something different.
Yeah. Mine would have to be the Abu Atom. Abu Garcia Chrome Atom, 35 grams. It's a spoon. And it's responsible for pike to 32, perch over 4, salmon, sea trout, rainbow trout, brown trout, chub to £7. It's universal number one.
Well, we haven't done anything spectacular today. He did put the Abu Atom on and cast it out and caught straight away. First jump.
Yeah, or perch.
Yeah. So
they work.
Yeah.
But it's a horrible question, Drew.
I can't not say squirrely bait. I'd upset too many people, I think, but I think I'd upset Eddie more than anything if I didn't say squirrely bait. But you know me, you can set them up so many different ways. It might be one low, but you'd have to set it up so you could do so many different things. It's that stop go and that jerking action as well, and you've got so many things you can do with it. So yeah, caught me so many fish. I can't not say it.
But not today.
Yeah, not today. Yeah. Dwayne Wilson. He says you're a coffee drinking machine.
I am.
Have you brought your own supply of Yorkshire tea?
No, I don't drink tea.
Have you tried it?
No. No. You didn't bring a flask.
No, I didn't. I never do. Eddie does.
But yeah, no, I don't. Coffee all the way. And McDonald's.
You should try some of Eddie's soup.
Yeah. Any good, is it?
No, if it will. Yeah. What we got?
I don't eat when I'm fishing. When I'm fishing, I'm fishing.
Yeah, go on.
Or drink.
Andrew Dearden. What's the best way to work a jerkbait on a fixed spool setup? Or is it only for bait casting? I know you use it. I've got a bait caster setup you've seen, but Nathan's on his fixed spool. I used to use a fixed spool years ago, but still working jerkbaits.
I've done brilliantly. It's just nice and simple for me. I don't want to take the time to change and to learn something new. And for jerkbaits, really, it's just about it depends on the conditions and the day, where you're fishing. So it's fast retrieve. I use big jerkbaits, bright jerkbaits. I can fish them really slow, especially in the colder months, keep them in the strike zone longer, all on a fixed spool. Fixed spool works.
You know, the only difference with a fixed spool, my rod's, is it 6'6" my rod, whereas yours is a little bit longer, isn't it? So, whereas a jerkbait rod's designed and you can sort of point it to the water and tap it down, and that's what gets you your jerking action. With a fixed spool, you might have to do your taps to the side a little bit more because your rod's a little bit longer. And that's all. As long as you keep your line tight so that you're in contact with that jerk and you can get that jerk doing what it wants to do, and that's it. If you've got a long floppy rod, that's no good, but as long as you've got a little bit of backbone, you're fine.
You
can still use jerkbaits on fixed spool.
But the difference, especially with the rivers I fish, is you need the 8-9 foot. Because a lot of the time you're margin fishing and you need to be able to get out.
Yeah.
And if you've only got 6'6", you'd be coming back into the margin all the time. And snagging, so it's that extra couple of feet, just it enables you to get out.
Yeah, exactly. For both of us again, this is from Craig Midwood. Which technique have you caught most pike on? And what anything that you did to trigger it in that thing?
Live baits.
It's a real fishing channel. That's the live baits.
Yeah, live baits.
Yeah, but I mean, lures are close. It probably is close.
Yeah.
But big pike,
Yeah.
live baits.
Yeah.
Or dead baits. But
Yeah.
probably more pike on lures, but bigger pike. I mean, I wrote a thing in the Lure Angling Society, and the ratio when I go through my records is 10-1. So for every one big pike on a lure, there's 10 that have come to baits.
Yep.
So
Yeah, we don't do much live baiting or bait fishing, me and Eddie, and just recently we've had to have a little go at it because we've been struggling for waters, and we've done more 20s recently than you do get more. Your 20s pop up now and again on a lure, but yeah. But for numbers, if you want to get a new venue, just go with lows and you'll find your fish.
yeah, I mean, it's a good technique.
More people on
Right.
YouTube. Hey, all right.
Oh yeah?
Caught out.
No.
No caught.
There are, wow, a few.
Yeah,
have
we got
little
any
one.
taters to go with them.
I've got a goldfish bigger than that.
All right, take Mickey. Make us feel bad. There's supposed to be superstars and they're taking piss out of us. Yeah, Craig Ellington. No, you know Craig, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. Can I have my book back that he's had for over a year?
No. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and that would apply, but I sold it on eBay.
What book was it?
Pike Stories by Fred Buller. Great pike stories.
I know. Yeah, I know which one it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
I never read no books. I can't read. I'm from Yorkshire. This one's for both of us again. Tom Skipsey. What's your most memorable catch?
Mine has to be a River 3410, my personal best. Just phenomenal fish, phenomenal fight. What made it even sweeter was there was a 25 with it, and I've got that on video. Just after a lot of hard work and dedication, it really was icing on the cake for me.
Mine's my PB, but it was years ago when I was a kid, and it was it was my first 20, and it was a 27 pounder, and it was caught on a little 6 centimetre surface popper, and it just came up. This place I'd only ever caught jacks on it, and it just came up out of nowhere and just nailed me lure, and yeah, like the sun was just going down. It was just perfect. No witnesses, no camera, no nothing. I learned my lesson. Start a YouTube channel, you can capture them all.
Yeah. But there's been so many. I mean, it's like, it's a difficult question to answer.
You've got another one here. This one's from Ben Humber, Joe Drury, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but basically Xenia. That's it. Yeah. Would like to know if you've never ever caught a catfish on a lure.
No, is the answer to the question. Because I let it go.
Yeah, catch and release.
After 15 minutes, my arm was getting a bit sore, and I just thought, you know what, I've had enough of this. So I just let it go.
Catch and release.
But yeah, no, I did hook one, and if I recall, Ben didn't.
So I really shouldn't be taking Mickey then, should I? Eddie Woodchucker, what are you doing fishing without me while I'm at work? It's got to be done.
Should have thrown a sickie.
Same thing. Well, he actually fished without us last week. He fished while I was at work and went and bagged a 20. So
He's had his luck then.
yeah, he has. So he'll probably still laughing. What we got? This one's from Ronan Fox for both of us. Do you prefer natural colour lures or unnatural? And what determines your choice of lure colour?
You can go first.
I'm probably the least worried about lure colour. I just pick a lure out of my bag and just chuck it on, and I don't really go for anything. I just use whatever's there. I'm not one that goes natural for crystal clear or bright colours for murky. I just put it on. Whether that affects my results, I don't know, but I have good days and bad days in both murky waters and clear waters and whichever lure I use. So I mean, that you all know that famous squirrely bait that's the clown pattern that's bright. Before that, I used to use a perch one which was dark, and I caught just as many fish. So yeah, I don't really have a rule. That's me.
Yeah, I mean for me it's I don't like natural colours at all. You know, big, bright, pink, orange, fire tiger, luminous green, yellow. You know, I don't mind blanking because I've been out and I've been fishing. If I blank, that's fair dues. I never want to blank because my lure hasn't been seen. And what I find with natural colours is a lot of the time I don't have confidence. You know, lure fishing, everything is about confidence really.
Yeah.
So if my lure's been seen and it doesn't get taken, well, that's okay. You know, that's fishing. But if I'm there wondering if it's even been seen, it's no good for me. So for me, it's always big, bright. The only time I do have some naturals, and I switch to them if I've had a mistake or a follow, because then you're more probably likely to induce another take if you've got a more natural bait. So if they follow in something big and bright, then I might switch to a natural. But I would never start with them.
Yeah, it's that. Going back to Bert again, Bert's got an internal rattle as well, so you're making that noise as well, so it all adds to that being seen, being heard. If you've got a bit of vibration as well, you've got the pike's attention, and that's what you're trying to go for. And like you say, if you see a pike a few times, and that's when you might try and change different things, different methods, different retrieves, and various things. But you've got to get their attention. If you don't see you, we don't know you're there. And especially now, it's supposedly going to be getting cold. You get pike that's a bit more chilled out, lethargic, sat on bottom. You want to wake them up. It's like they're half asleep sometimes. They just sat on bottom, and big noisy bright lure coming, making a noise past them, it wakes them up.
Yeah, I mean, then there's a couple of, you could make them move, bigger lure, gives them something worth moving for. Yeah. And you said vibration, but the other thing, and you don't really hear about it a lot, is you see that pike take. Oh, and I'm blanking, and one just explodes off the surface. What was I saying?
That's big fish.
Yeah, the vibration. But actually, another thing that you don't hear about a lot is displacement.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, especially with the jerkbaits, you'll see the swirl of your lure behind it. You know, so the bigger the lure, the more displacement. It's not just the vibration; it's the displacement of water, which creates the vibration. And but yeah.
You saw on that Christmas special, the one that Eddie had, he'd got a big Cobb's jerkbait on, and that's like that same thing. A lot of displacement of the water, and that's what Nathan's saying there. Big jerkbaits.
They're teasing me.
Cast it back out.
Yeah, I might do actually.
Just got a little pause while he catches this pike. Another one from Eddie Woodchucker again. He's the biggest fan, you see, is Eddie. If you notice, Eddie's always wearing my jumper and that. And, you know what I mean?
Do some work.
He's always looking at Nathan's pictures on Facebook and dreaming about them. Eddie's question is...
well, I've invited AD and Paul down for a road trip. Now, come and catch some yourself.
So Eddie says, when you're going to grow up and start using the multiplier setup?
Never, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't like change. I hate changing any of my gear. When something breaks and I have to replace it. Sure.
Yeah. That's a big thing in it, is like I say, you get something that works. I get asked a lot of times about, have you used this wire trace, for example? I go, no. Have you used this wire trace? No. And the reason is because you're using a wire trace that works and you're happy with it and you're confident, so I don't go trying everything else. And same with tackle. You don't go changing too much because you affect how you're fishing and you lose confidence in your tackle, don't you? And
I mean, I might one day. I might actually do it one day. The thing is for me as well is the time. I don't have much time for fishing, so to go and learn something new and to make the mistakes and to get the birds' nests and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. At the moment, I just want to be on the bank, chucking a lure and trying to catch fish. Yeah. There might come a day when I sacrifice some time, which probably wouldn't be that much, but at the moment, I'm too obsessed to even go there. And to be honest, from my point of view, I don't actually see that much advantage. I mean, obviously I haven't used it, so but every time I go with other people, the exception is probably Paul today, they get a bird's nest, and it's normally because they change their lure and they get a different weight on and they forget to change the, you know, and it's all those sorts of things.
Yeah.
So then they're trying to unpick stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm catching pike.
Yeah. And then the big thing that I can say with that is for something like I'm out with Hades, you know, and we do get odd bird's nest, but most of the time we don't get a bird's nest, and it's because we utilise as foam on that, rather than getting to where we're adjusting the drag on the multiplier reel. We constantly use it as foam, and that's so when you change a low from a heavy low to a light low, that's when you're more chance of getting a bird's nest. But your thumb's in control rather than actually letting the brakes. And once you can get over that barrier of using your brakes and you use your thumb instead, you get better at it. And that's how we get around it.
And the other thing is I'm a numpty. So, you know, I just want to keep it as simple as I can, really. Simple lures, simple setup. And,
the last question from Sean Teemel. I don't know how you pronounce it, but when does big become too big regarding low size?
I went to Neville Ficklin's shop the other day, yesterday, and yesterday, the day before, and they've got some line through perch, and they're like that.
Yeah.
From lure size, I don't think they do.
Nope.
Pike
Pike are big predators. I mean, there was a picture on who put it on. Was it Ben Umber who put it on over there on Facebook of a little jack pike? And
I don't follow him.
No. There was a little jack pike, and you could see there was a tail hanging out of its mouth because the pike had swallowed another pike, and that's what they do. They just eat stupidly sized things, don't they? So
I had a 27 in November, 27-pound river pike, and it had at least 3 pound of something sticking out of its throat. I couldn't really tell.
Yeah.
But that was a 3 pound fish. So
I mean, by going bigger with your lures, you're not ruling out a little fish, but on average you will get the bigger fish. So you don't get as many crazy little jacks, and that's your idea by going bigger. If you wanted to catch more and more fish, then go smaller, but you might not get the attention. Like we were talking earlier about catching the attention of the pike, you might not grab their attention with a little lure this big. It does happen. You do catch 20s and bigger on little silly lures, but you're wanting to get their attention, so that's why you go big. And you can't go too big because pike are just ridiculous. You think you've got a big lure and you catch a 20 plus pike, and that lure just disappears, doesn't it?
oh yeah.
You think you've got a big jerkbait and it's just gone.
I mean, and the other thing is, I mean, a lot of people don't have the confidence in fishing big lures, but you know, you should get one and try it. Because paradoxically, they are so much easier to control. You know, you think they'd go straight down to the bottom, they'd be really heavy. Actually, you can fish them really slowly, you know, as long as you're not casting to the horizon.
Yeah.
So you can actually work a big lure well and properly.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say you can feel it more. You get a reaction to what you do a bit easier. So, especially if you've got a big bright lure as well, you can see what it's doing. So you know that you get that when you jerk your rod or you twitch it or whatever, you can see what your lure's done. So it is a good thing. We ain't got much fishing for you today. We haven't really done.
No.
We're hoping to get a bit of fishing footage, but it's been really tough.
That's because I have to hold my hands up. I had 5 chances at a big northern pike.
I got it. I took him to
northern
my little
pike.
pen. I've got a pen that's full of pike, and I put him in now.
Oh, yeah, I've got one of those. Apparently.
Yeah.
All my pike fishing's easy.
Yeah, just how it is sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Aye.
Oh yeah, you're
Right,
right.
mate. All right.
Right.
Subscriber.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Stalker. Yeah, no. So again, big jerkbait on it this morning.
Yeah.
Banged it once, changed it to a different colour jerkbait, followed twice, and then put a bait out. It went. And because I've used my lure rod, I hadn't set the clutch properly, and when I struck, I couldn't set the hook. Yeah, schoolboy, totally, just numpty, noddy error. and then I got another take, and I struck, and pulled straight out of it. 5 chances it gave me. I blew every one of them. Fishing, not catching it.
And it probably was a big fish as well, which makes it even worse.
Yeah.
So we did see the fish. It got a big fish that followed, and if it were the same one that took, which we saw the bait, didn't we? And it looked like it was a bigger fish. So, but that's it. You don't always catch them, do you?
No. Still, it's been a good day. It's been a good crack.
Yeah. The pike have been taking mickey out of us. We've just been crashing out of water and just launching into things and just throwing, not fry, but throwing roach everywhere and everything. But we just...
It's happened twice while we've been doing this.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Do you want to get on film? They can get on film, can't they? Just
so frustrated. Trouble is, when they're like that, they're just fixed on the...
Yeah, and then you spend all your time chasing them ones, them pike that are not really... They're too focused on something else, and you might be better off sometimes just going, you know what, I'm going somewhere else, but it's hard not doing it when you keep seeing pike crash. Another time you'll just drop a bait in, or you'll chuck a low through it and they'll just come and smack it straight away, but... Yeah.
But not today. Well, not yet, anyway.
Still time.
Got an hour yet. So we might have some fishing for you.
Yeah, just see how long this video is. If it goes on a little bit longer, you know, we've got something. If not, then yeah. No, the other thing to say, Nath came up to do KC talk.
Two talks.
Yeah, Pike Anglers Club of Great Britain, and I watched it yesterday. Really good talk. So if it gets to any of your local regions, you know, I'm sure they'll be doing more in the future. Make sure you get yourself down, because yeah, really good talk. It's good to listen to people who do things a little bit differently and hear reasons why they do it and stuff. But
and from a talker's point of view, it's great to just go to a room that's full of passionate, you know, people that love catching predators, you know, and meeting them and talking to them. I'm on a 4-day road trip. I've just hit over 500 miles, and I've got another night and another place to go to tomorrow. And you know, so much more to fishing than just catching fish. You know, meeting the people, going to new places, having a laugh, and you know, the mud, the blood, the tears.
Why don't you do a Matt Hayes, Mick Brown style like road race where you've got to catch for every pound of pike that's a mile you can go, so you can't go until you actually catch the pike.
I would.
You take a long time.
I would jump at the opportunity. I'm not sure if my wife would be so happy.
Yeah. I'll be home soon.
That's right. Yeah. But But yeah, no, it'd be the dream, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It would.
Maybe one day when the kids are left home.
Yeah. So anyway, I hope you've answered them questions all right for you. I'm sure I'll probably do some more questions and answers in the future. And like Nath said, hopefully we might get out with him one day. You never know, and try and catch some pike.
Come down my manor and blank.
Yeah, that'll do me. I'll blank anywhere, mate. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Tell me there's a pike and I'm happy. You don't have to get any pike in there. Yep. Thanks for watching anyway.
Yeah. Subscribe to Riverpikers.